Hi, good morning. I'm Taixia. Today I'm going to talk about how I use recycled materials to make um, pots for germinating seeds. Okay. During COVID, lots of you have been doing takeaway, right? So I'm sure at home you will have plastic bubble tea cups or drink containers, so you can actually make use of them to make pots to germinate your seeds. Okay, this is how I do it. Okay, first we need a transparent plastic cup and a opaque cup. Okay, and also a cover if you have one. It's not a must, but it's good to have. Okay, okay, the plastic cup, okay, why is it I use, like, instead of just one cup I use two? Okay, the reason being that as the plant grows, as the seedling grows, I want to be able to check that it's ready for transplanting. If I use a transparent cup, I'll be able to see the roots, observe the roots, that make sure that the roots has developing well and has filled up the plastic cup before I do my transplanting. Okay, this will ease the risk of transplant shock, and the seedling will be able to survive better in its final pot. Okay, and why do I have another cup that is opaque? Okay, because if you use a transparent cup, right, it will be exposed to sunlight. Okay, and when there's sunlight in the soil, roots generally do not like sunlight. Okay, so if you have if you don't have another opaque cup to cover, the roots will not grow well. And also being exposed to sunlight, the potting mix will gradually have algae. Okay, so the cups will be filled with icky looking green algae, and that's not very good for the plant, as the algae will also compete with the seedling for nutrients. So when you use the opaque cup to cover the transparent cup, it blocks out the light, and then you won't have the problem of algae growing inside your potting mix. Alright, okay, first what you need to do is we have the transparent cup. We need to make holes like this for drainage. Okay, so I made a couple of holes. Okay, so if you don't make holes, when you water the potting mix, it might become waterlogged, because the excess water cannot drain out, and then the roots of the seedling will rot and die. Okay, so it's very important that you need to make holes either at the bottom or at the sides. You can use a pair of sharp scissors to cut slits, or you can use a screwdriver heated over fire to melt the plastic, and then can poke holes in it. Okay, for me, I use a soldering iron, which is a heated iron. It can be easily bought online, okay, to make the holes. Okay, so next, what do we do next? Okay, potting mix. Okay, the mix that I'm using is green spade veggie mix. Okay, it's very important to use a potting mix that is new. Okay, that's fresh. Don't use old soil, because old soil might contain pests, insects, bacteria, fungi that might affect the growth of your plant, affect the growth of your seed and your seedling. Okay, so it is best to use new, fresh potting mix for germination. Okay. I'm using this gardening mat. Okay, it can be bought quite cheap for a few dollars online. Okay, it's very useful when you are doing transplanting, or you are doing some soil work. Okay, so it helps to keep the floor clean. Okay, let's fill up. Always tap. With their big pieces, in the potting mix, make sure you just break it up. You can use the back of your spade or plastic scoop to just break up the lumps. Okay. Always tap so that you make sure that there's no air pockets inside the potting mix. Tap, tap, tap. Fill it about a cm from the rim. Okay. There. Okay, just tap it. Make sure there's no air pockets in between the potting mix. Okay. Next, we'll get ready our seeds. Okay, I'm trying to grow some snow peas. This is free seeds from Pots. Okay, so we're going to see if it will grow well. Okay. Seeds are quite big. Okay, so I will sow 2 seeds. Okay, just in case one doesn't germinate, I still have the other one. Okay, you can see the seed is quite big. How deep to sow the seed? Okay, for seeds they are big like this. Okay, we have to sow a bit deeper, probably a bit more than 5 mm deep. For smaller seeds like tomato seeds, okay, just maybe 1-2 millimeters below the surface will do. Okay, so this one is bigger, so I will sow it a bit deeper, like 5 mm. Make 2 holes like this. Okay. Just put them in. Okay, use the chopstick, push it in, and just cover. Cover it back the potting mix. Okay, there. Okay. After putting the seed, sowing the seeds, it's good to water the potting mix well. I'm using this from Daiso. Okay, it's pretty nifty. Just need to pump and press this. A fine mist. Okay, don't use like a cup of water and pour, because you will just wash away the soil and expose the seeds. So it's good to use a spray with a fine mist and mist the top well. Don't need to water all the way, not necessary. Okay, let's make sure that the top is well misted and the soil is moist but not soggy. Okay, yeah. Okay, next, what do we do next? Okay, this. Okay, if you have a cover like this, okay, you can put this over the cup. Okay, this acts as a greenhouse, and I will not need to keep misting the soil every day. Okay, but if you do not have this cover to make a greenhouse, okay, the soil, the top soil might dry up. Okay, so you might need to mist the soil daily if the top soil becomes dry. Okay, but if you have a plastic cover that comes with your bubble tea cup, you can just use this. There's a hole there for some ventilation. Otherwise, it makes a nice greenhouse, and I won't need to water it or mist the soil every day. Okay, after this is done, put this in the other opaque cup so that sunlight cannot go through and algae won't grow. Okay, so after that, you need to do, is very important. A lot of people sow a lot of seeds, and then when they all germinate, they don't know what they are growing. Okay, so it's very important for you to label. So I'll write down on the plastic cup. Snow pea. Okay. And the date of sowing. Today is what's today's date? Oops. I went to check the date because of COVID phase 2. I've been staying at home for too long, lost track of time. So today is, I went to check the calendar, today is the 15th of June. Okay, so we know when we sow the seeds. So if after 1 week or so there is no germination, we may need to try again. Okay, maximum I will usually give it about 2 weeks. If 2 weeks still nothing, okay, then I will try again. Okay, so that's why it's good to note down when you sow the seed, so you know that how long that the seed has been sitting in the soil, in the potting mix. Okay, so after that we can leave this in a cool location, away from direct sun. Okay, and then we shall wait until the seed is germinated. Okay, so that's all for using recycled materials to make a pot for germinating your seeds. Thank you, and thanks for watching. Bye.